one of the things I wanted to address, and I definitely talked to Jordan about this, talked to Jen about this, and I feel like it's something, if I'm going to host a show every once in a while when Jordan's not around, or if Jordan just needs a break, because like I said, he works very hard. I wanted the audience to get to know me. I feel like that the audience has been introduced. We've had snippets, but there's nothing that the audience has like personal views and ideas and everything. And I want to just touch on that quickly because Jordan always messes with me and says, "You are so establishment." And I say to him, "What?" That kind of, it's unbeknownst to me. And I realize that there's some things that he might have a point. There's some things that I might get reamed on, and there's some things that I definitely are definitely a little more mainstream than most, and I think it's because up until a couple of months ago, that's what I was watching, that's what I was doing. So definitely want to. I see there might be an audio issue, so let me fix that immediately. So I want to say, I just want to make sure, Jen, is there an audio issue? Because sometimes it might be some people's computer, but that's what I want to make sure. But the thing is that if there is an audio issue, Jen, please let me know. But what I want to talk about is my issue in terms of what is going on with things that I think, things that I do. And one of the things that I totally believe in is that if you are going to understand and be into something, I love politics, I love it, I've loved it ever since 2001, and what I think it is that for me, I am very much, and just got a message, sound is good, so some of the people out there, if you're having some sound issues, make sure that the volume is up. Make sure that your settings are good on your computer. It also could be because we're using a different microphone, different camera. There's a different setup. So it might sound a little different. Should not be an echo. You should be able to hear me. So, but I've been into politics ever since about 2001. I think 9/11 was something that got me into politics. I wanted to understand how something so tragic could happen. And I didn't just understand. I didn't want to go at the moment. I wanted to go back to where it came from, because I have a personal belief that any type of political government issue that happens in today's day and age can be traced back to the 70s, to the 60s, because of something that we did a long time ago where we promised something, we didn't come through, and we said we're the United States and we don't have to do it. I love this country, and it is something that I love what it stands for, but personally, I know that it hasn't always stood up for what it should be, which is equality, which is everybody loving one another, everybody being there for each other. And we were that way after September 11th, and I saw it, and I felt it, and I was in downtown Manhattan when that happened, and for me, that made me say, I want to know what's going on in politics. I want to understand it. One of the things that is I think about is I think about this presidential candidate campaigns that are going on, and all the candidates that are happening, the cajillion Democratic candidates. The one thing that I've said to Jordan a million times is that we need to do whatever it takes to take Donald Trump out. That is my personal belief. That is something that I feel is needed in order for this country to progress, and in order for this country to be better and to evolve and to get to a place that is just perfect. And the thing is that one of the things that I really definitely feel is that we are a country that has awesome amount of people, such a mix of culture, such a mix of things, and I love that. I'm personally a mix. I am a person. I have a mother who is Puerto Rican. I have a father who is from Trinidad and who is Native American. I verified this on 23andMe. Which is a really good thing, which is something that I believe, it was very interesting to me to see the heritage and all of that stuff. And when I think about all the politics that could possibly go on, I think about seeing the candidates and what they represent and what I believe and how that definitely comes through. So one of the things I truly believe is that Donald Trump is a garbage human being. I just believe that. I'm very strong about that. He is the country, he's what the country should not be. And now we go to our candidates, which Jordan has spoken to many, many, many times, and he's spoken about. And one of the things that Jordan has spoke about is how there are a lot of candidates in the Democratic primary that are flip-floppy, shady, maybe not the best representation of humanity that we need it to be. And those are some of the things that I find passionate about Status Coup. So, I've taken a long time I've looked at every candidate because I wanted to make sure I was informed. That's something I pride myself on. I want to have the facts, and I want to be informed, and I want to have something that is there. And yes, that is a neighbor's dog barking. It is a puppy probably about this big that when my neighbor leaves, she barks for about 5 minutes and just nonstop because she's scared to be alone. But I promise you it'll get better. Yes, she will stop. And the thing is that I love it. Shut the bird up. There you go. She has. Oh no, she's gonna stop. But she will stop in a second. So the thing that I will say is that looking at all the candidates, I'll put this out there, that I've come to the conclusion that Bernie Sanders to me is the best candidate. He represents the best out of the candidates I've met. He doesn't flip-flop. He's pretty clear about his plans. I very much say to myself, is he going to be able to pay for his plans? Because they're great plans. If he can get this done, it would be great. I think it would make America, quote-unquote, great again. But, because it's not now, because of what we have in office. But he has genuinely convinced me. He has literally, I hear him speak, I see his policies, and I see some of the other candidates, and there's things that I have genuinely wrong, and I'll go through them really quick. Biden, I feel like he's something's wrong up here. I think he needs to get medically checked out. I think he needs to call it quits. I think there's something that he can't get through a sentence that I just don't, I wonder and worry about. Kamala Harris, fiery, passionate, I get where she's coming from. There's some justice issues that she's locked up people of color and of minorities and poor backgrounds that I just can't get on. And guess what? I believe that Elizabeth Warren flip-flops. She says one thing one minute, says one thing another. I've seen evidence of it. 2006, she says one thing. 2008, she says another thing. 2010, she says another thing. And so on and so on. So with that being said, I listen to Bernie, and it seems like he's pretty consistent about the process. I definitely worry about his health. I know that they've said he's okay. I know that there have been so many situations that people have had surgeries like that, and they're 100% great. I get it. I 100% get it. And I hope that is the case, and I want him to be okay, because Lord forbid, knock on wood, something happens to him, this world would lose a great man. He seems like a really great guy. The rest of them, I'm not even going to kind of get into because they're just kind of there, and I feel like most of them should drop out. So that being said, that is a little bit about me. That is a little bit about what I am doing. And my thinking behind that is that when you let the audience know who you are, they tend to support you a little bit better. You have a good conversation. And by all means, I've got to see some of the Status Coup passion at the couple of locations we've gone to. And you guys are crazy in a great way. You guys are awesome. I love the energy. I love that you come up to Jordan and you come up to me and you're like, keep doing what you're doing. Makes me inspired, gives me energy. It's like an adrenaline rush. It's definitely awesome.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.
Status Coup.